D-Lo 404 Boxing. Shout out to the WBC. Shout out to Marlo's Corner. Shout out to Trey X. Best blow by blow man on YouTube by far. You know, if not in the world. Anyway, just want to talk about that Porter Ugas fight Saturday night, last night. Just in giving full disclosure, I will say that I picked Ugas to win the fight going in. And actually made that prediction on Friday, early Friday, if not Thursday. Basically made my pick, rather, and actually placed a bet on Ugas. But I will say that has nothing to do with, you know, the outcome of the fight. I actually said that, you know, Porter was favored for good reason, but I just wasn't believing that, you know, it was a good matchup for Porter. And I'll get into that right now. The reason I felt comfortable and confident going with Ugas was two things. One being, I felt that he was too big for Porter, had too much range, too much length. And then I felt Porter would not be able to get inside consistently and bang and use his mauling tactics, drive him to the rope, so forth and so on, like he's done with so many other opponents. And I also felt that there was no way in hell that Porter could stay on the outside and outbox Ugas. And I felt like Ugas does his best work in the mid-range. So your chances are, the best chances with him is to get in the inside. And on the outside, I just felt like Porter didn't have the length to be able to outbox him from the outside, as well as I didn't think skill-wise that Ugas would allow Porter to outbox him from the outside. I felt like Porter's best chance was to get in his chest and stay there. But I didn't feel like Ugas would oblige him and let him get there. And I also felt like the size would be too much for Porter. So, you know, watching the fight, it kind of played out that way. You know, Porter was swinging for the fences in the early rounds, you know, and pretty much consistently did that throughout the fight. You know, it was as if he, at some point, conceded that he could not outbox that man and just said, you know, I need to knock him out. I need to put some hurt on him. And he would load up and throw really big shots. And most of the time, what would happen is he'd miss and get countered. And, you know, I felt like Porter got hurt in there a couple times. And his father actually said something in the corner to him about that. You know, about be careful in there, you're going to get hurt. And I felt like when he said that, he had already been hurt. But at the same time, you know, I did see where Porter caught Ugas off balance. And I think it was like in the 11th or 12th round. And he stumbled back. But I mean, Ugas stumbled back and was right back in Porter's face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he went right back to him. So, you know, I'm not going to let Porter, and if I'm judging, Porter's not winning around on that. You know what I'm saying? And I know there was another point where Ugas, you know, hit Porter. Porter went down, but it was rude to slip because Porter was already stunned and so on. And that may have actually happened twice in the fight. And I know there was this one point where Ugas threw Porter down, and that was rightfully not called a knockdown. You know, it should have been. I mean, in fact, Ugas could have had a point taken from him. And I wouldn't have complained about that because there's no place in boxing for those kind of tactics. You know, but with all of that said, I mean, just putting everything into perspective, you know, and when I say what I'm about to say, I'm not talking about bruises. I'm not talking about blood. I'm not talking about, you know, being banged up, facial appearances, none of that stuff. But what I'm talking about is what I actually saw take place in the ring. I've seen both of Shawn Porter's losses from start to finish. Opening bell to the final bell. That was against Keith Thurman. That was against Kell Brook. I watched both of those fights. I've seen both of those fights more than once. And I waited to make this video until I kind of, was a little bit away, moved away from the emotion of feeling upset, feeling like the judge got it wrong, and also watched the fight again on my DVR. So before I made this video, I just didn't want to make a knee-jerk reaction video. I want to give myself some time. So I've now also watched Porter versus Ugas 2 times. And I still feel the same way I did right after watching the fight live. Ugas beat Porter worse than anyone's ever beat him as a professional. That's the worst Porter's ever looked against an opponent as a professional. And if Porter did enough to beat Ugas last night, then Porter did enough to beat Keith Thurman, and Porter did enough to beat Kell Brook. Okay? If Shawn Porter did not do enough to beat Kell Brook, if he did not do enough to beat Keith Thurman, which those were the official decisions, that he lost both of those fights, there's no way in hell Shawn Porter did enough against Yordenis Ugas to keep his belt Saturday night. That's my opinion. I know other people entitled to feel how they want to feel, and that's okay. But as far as I'm concerned, Porter himself looked as if he knew he lost his title. And I didn't hear it, but I remember someone saying on the live chat on Marlo's Corner that they thought he heard Porter ask Ugas for a rematch when they embraced after the fight. Basically saying something like he want a rematch, if something. And I'm just telling you, I didn't hear that personally. And when I rewatched the fight, I didn't look for it. I actually wasn't thinking about it, so I didn't. I didn't look to see if look and listen to see if I could hear him say that. But from a body language standpoint, Porter looked like a defeated man after that fight. He looked like he was. He pretty much looked like he was reserved to the fact that he probably was about to lose his title and was, probably thinking about what next. You know what I'm saying? But that said, Porter got the nod. He got to keep his strap. And for Ugas, it's back to the drawing board. Hopefully he's gained some fans. Hopefully he'll find himself in a position to get another title shot. But it's a shame that he didn't get the nod last night. I really felt like he did enough to win the fight, but you got 3 judges scoring from 3 different sides of the ring. One judge had it wide for Ugas, and the other 2 had it for Porter. Neither of them had it as wide for Porter as the one judge had it for Ugas. And I can tell you, me personally, I felt like Ugas won the fight 8-4, and at best 7-5 his way. That was the best I could see Shawn Porter getting. But I'm not an official judge. I don't score fights for a living. So, my opinion is just my opinion. At the end of the day, it officially goes down. Shawn Porter successfully defended his title, and he's still the champion. And that's all it is to it. But I just want to give my take on it. Anyone want to drop a comment in the comment section, you're welcome to do so. Please hit that like button for me. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I ask you please subscribe. I want to give a big shout out to my current subscribers. And I'll just say thanks for supporting the channel. Shout out to the LDBC. This D-Lo 404 Boxing. And I'm out. Peace.